We are here interviewing the Democratic presidential candidates. Joining us here is Senator Elizabeth Warren. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's delightful to be here with you.
What's it like being back in Nevada?
It's always good to be in Nevada. You know, so many people, so much energy, so much going on. I love it.
So here we are in Nevada, the third early contest. After not such a great start in Iowa and New Hampshire, what are you hoping to do to rally here in Nevada?
You know, I think this is about what I've been doing all my life, which is fighting for working people. I am, of all the people who are in this race, who've ever been in public office, I've been in public office the shortest period of time. I spent my life as a teacher, first as a special education teacher and then teaching in law school and really examining why families go broke, why it is that America's middle class is being hollowed out, why it is that people who work every bit as hard as my folks did a couple of generations ago now find the path so much rockier and so much steeper, and for people of color, even rockier and even steeper. I've been in this fight pretty much all my grown-up life just so that working people don't get the short end of the stick. And running for president, I get to be in it deeper, and it's a great honor to be here.
You mentioned people of color, of course, Nevada, the third contest, but the first one with a more diverse group of voters. We have a big Latino group, African American group, Asian Americans. What are you hoping to say to those voters to get them to come and support you in the caucus?
You know, I want to build a Democratic Party and an America that is genuinely inclusive, not just says it on the face, but really is inclusive. So whenever I do policies, housing policy, education policy, I always stop and think, we got the overall picture, but how are different groups affected individually? So, for example, when we talk about healthcare policy, we need to talk about the high mortality rates for African American mothers. When we talk about education policy, we need to talk about the importance of increasing funding to minority-serving institutions. When we talk about the entrepreneurship gap, so that it's because it's hard to get funding, not just loan money, but hard to get equity, startup money for people of color. I've got a plan for all of those because I want us to be an America that every child really has opportunity in this country.
I just want to get your response to there was that a handful of women of color who were on your campaign staff here in Nevada feeling like it was a toxic environment, they had to leave. Do you have anything you wanted to say about that?
You know, I believe the women without reservation, and I'm so sorry that they had a bad experience. I try to have a workplace everywhere that is welcoming and that, you know, you kind of bring your whole self to work. But I also understand that the long legacy of racism and of oppression continue to affect people today. And that means that, look, it's up to me. I take responsibility. It means we've got to stay in this fight and we've got to create space to make real change.
Circling back to something you mentioned earlier, healthcare, a proponent for Medicare for all. Some Nevadans, including the members of the Culinary Union here locally, want to keep their current insurance. How do you kind of balance what some voters want and your plan?
So I've been to the Culinary Union's healthcare facilities, and they are fabulous. I want to see that kind of facility replicated not just across Nevada, but all around the country. It is the great delivery of healthcare services. So I have deliberately built my healthcare plan to accommodate the union negotiated healthcare arrangements. I want to see everybody in America be able to get that kind of health care. We need to multiply, not take away, multiply what the Culinary Union has got. We need to get it out there for all working people.
Senator Warren, thank you so much. It was great meeting
good
you.
to see you.
Thank you. And again, we're going to continue interviewing the candidates. The Nevada caucus is just a few days away.